When I initially first saw this movie coming out, like many, I wasn't excited. I mean, who was? Literally no one was jumping up and down with excitement at the idea of a Morbius movie. What I heard was Sony cash grab. We have the MCU. This is not needed. More commonly, this is going to fail. In my opinion, is Morbius a bad movie? No. Is it a good movie? Again, no. I'm aware that I've not sold anyone with this movie, and to be honest, I don't really intend to. But to keep you all in good faith, I asked myself, will I watch this movie again? I say, probably. What I will say is what this movie did well. If you've seen from my thumbnail and title, this movie is cinematic. Honestly, at no point did I feel switched off or uninterested. I'm being genuinely honest. The one thing I'd say about this movie, it is consistent as hell. From the CG was refreshing, the score was very fitting, to this kind of type of movie. Also to mention, was quite laid back, which was surprising for a Marvel movie. I guess that's the kind of expectation when living in a world that has the MCU. Maybe this movie can show that not everything needs to be action-packed or family-friendly. Like a dark undertone, which can be argued is very simplistic. And if a movie does not have these attributes and what commonly people see as a comic-based movie, then it doesn't instantly advocate that you have a bad movie in your hands. Like, I feel less is pretty much what Morbius need, and at times makes sense. I felt like this movie just needed to be very simple as it can be, and it does absolutely amazing at that. Then again, we don't necessarily need both, but that's for another video. What this movie didn't do, like at all, to many people's understanding and mine, if we're gonna do a movie about a Marvel villain, especially one that's a vampire, well, the consensus is that everyone knows about vampires, and in Morbius' case, they need blood to survive. So, where was the blood? In a rated 15 movie about a vampire, there was no blood. There was even a scene where Morbius had slashed someone's throat, and yet again, no blood. A message to Sony and their writers: if you're going to have a movie that is rated 15 about a Marvel villain, well then tell a story about a Marvel villain. Why have someone who has been portrayed as a villain in other media then make them out as a hero / anti-hero to then fight another villain? This is not a jab at all at Matt Spitz's performance in any way, by the way, just to say. In actual fact, one of the best parts of the movie was his performance. However, my point still stands. Another thing about this movie which is annoying, well, let's be honest, there's a few things that are, but as a whole, it's a missed opportunity. Which moves on to my next point. What did people expect? A movie about a C-class Spider-Man villain? You're gonna get what you're gonna get. The fans again have had this expectation that majority of superhero movies must follow the MCU formula. Like that this is the only way to have a good superhero movie, and this is the only way that a cinematic universe can be done. In no way am I defending this movie, because at the end of the day, we got what we got. I will say that a comic-based movie that wants to focus on more darker side and have more of an adult approach isn't a bad thing. DC's The Joker is a perfect example of this. Then again, this movie couldn't even do that. Also, again, I don't remember really anyone pining or praying at the hopes that we will get a Morbius movie. Overall, this movie was okay. Not as terrible as people make out. Like I said, what's annoying, it could have been better. Some people actually might have really enjoyed this. I mean, its audience score was 70% on Rotten Tomatoes. End of the day, folks, it's not my opinion that counts, it's yours. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you are new to SVN, please consider subscribing. I, of course, have been your host, and always, thanks for watching.